This week on Legend City Wrestling, hot tag team action as Stormfront takes on Tristan Slater and Matt Burns. Then Titus goes one-on-one with Max Power. Welcome to this edition of LCW's Legends of Wrestling here on NTV. I'm the voice of LCW, Commissioner Mike Barrington, along with my broadcast colleagues, John the Biz Bennett and Dan Bjorkdahl. And coming to the ring today, we've got Stormfront. These guys are young up-and-comers here in LCW, and earlier today we caught up with them for a pre-recorded message. Let's go to that right now.
Man, did you hear about these two fools we have to face today? You got Matt Burns with his 80s purple tassels. Then you got Tristan Slater with his jelly roll physique.
Yeah, I heard. But the problem is, do they know who they're facing? I got my boy here, Tommy Manson, and me, Darren Storm. They're gonna find out today that we're bigger, we're better, and we are faster than they are. And Newfoundland and Canada are gonna find out that Stormfront is the premier tag team of LCW.
And we're back in the ring here now. We've got Matt Burns and Tristan Slater versus Stormfront. Dan?
I gotta say, I'm actually quite impressed with Stormfront from the last time we saw him when they wrestled Dynamite Dylan Davis and Hotshot Danny Duggan, the team known as Jacked and Fanny Pack. But it seems since then, Stormfront has gotten a bit of an edge to them. A bit more confidence, a bit more cohesiveness in their tag team attire. I don't know, John, what's going on with those two?
Bottom line is this: Stormfront, just like Dynamite Dylan Davis, has finally woken up to the fact that these peons in the crowd mean absolutely nothing. Cheer or boo them. What ultimately matters in order to be the king of the mountain, just like the international wrestling god and your LCW heavyweight champion, Cowboy Mike Hughes, is to get the win at any cost necessary.
Grabs him by the wrist, gives him that big old arm wringer, and makes his way back into the corner. Tristan Slater tags himself in, double axe handle from the corner, right onto Darren Storm's arm. I don't know, Mike, what do you think about this tag team that's suddenly been put together, Tristan Slater and Matt Burns?
Well, they've certainly got a good chemistry between each other, and the teamwork has been fantastic.
Well, the two of them seem to be a bit of a high-energy, happy-go-lucky couple of guys, but it seems, though, that Stormfront hasn't quite taken these two as seriously as maybe they should. John Biz,
Serious, Dan?
Yeah, it's not as serious as they should, because obviously now Tristan Slater has full control of the match.
An anomaly. Just a slight chink in the actual game plan of Stormfront. You seriously think that these two 80s cartoon characters are actually going to have a chance against a tag team like Stormfront?
And Darren Storm yanks on Matt Burns' mullet right back into the corner. Tommy Manson tags in, huge clothesline. And he has absolutely zero fear in those eyes, staring Tristan Slater right down to the ground. And he goes to work on Matt Burns in the corner, throws him into the turnbuckle. Huge splash. I don't think Matt Burns is going to be getting up from that, Mike.
Well, this is very impressive. And what have we got here? Oh, a suplex from the big man. Folks, we are going to go to commercial. Don't go anywhere. Wrestling fans, LCW is coming to a town near you. Tuesday, April 30th at the Palace in Corner Brook. Wednesday, May 1st at the Polar Center in St. Anthony. Friday, May 3rd at the Labrador City Arena. Saturday, May 4th at the E.J. Broomfield Arena in Happy Valley, Goose Bay. For more information, visit our website, LegendCityWrestling.com, or call us toll-free 1-855-LEGEND-4.
And we're back back with some hot tag team action here at the CLB Armory here in St. John's. Stormfront in firm control, and Mr. John Biz, it's quite apparent, even with their loss the previous time we saw them, they did demonstrate quite a unique tag team chemistry, but that is even more evident now here at the CLB.
Well, right now, the Stormfront is really starting to find their legs here in Legend City Wrestling. These guys have been teaming together for quite some time. Darren Storm is an amazing high-flying technician, and Tommy Manson is the powerhouse. These two guys are unstoppable once they get on a roll, and now that they had the proper mindset, I don't think there's a tag team that you can put together in this entire roster, in the entire world, Dan, that will be able to stop them.
Well, that's going to be extremely interesting, and right there, Tommy Manson shows his in-ring expertise by gallivanting all the way across the ring and taking out Tristan Slater. And there he is, showing his strength and his prowess by basically doing as he pleases, coming right back into the ring, taking a couple of shots from Matt Burns. Not even staggering. Oh, he just comes back with a huge knee right to the gut and takes control right back in the match.
He just completely cut him off there, Dan. That's right.
Yep.
What are you going to do? What do you expect a guy like Matt Burns to do? An 80s retro joke like Matt Burns when he comes up against a massive behemoth like Tommy Manson. He can't contend with his power, he can't contend with his skill, and he certainly is not going anywhere except for to the mat right now with this sleeper hold.
Well, hopefully the tag team of Stormfront won't take Tristan Slater and Matt Burns for granted, as you are pointing out, because when that happens, things could actually change in the ring. As demonstrated right now, Matt Burns is actually starting to fire back and throwing a couple of clotheslines at Tommy Manson.
And Tommy Manson seems to be getting a little wobbly on his feet.
Absolutely. Oh, jeez. There's the power of Tommy Manson. Absolutely just nails Matt Burns right in the face with a huge elbow. It's quite obvious the strength of Tommy Manson, I don't think, can be matched this evening. I know, John Biz, you and I definitely don't agree on much, but one thing I will say is that Tommy Manson is a big man that moves very well in the ring, and I have a hard time believing that the tag team of Matt Burns and Tristan Slater are actually going to beat them.
Well, that's absolutely correct, and as you see here, Tommy Manson imposing his physical will on this retro joke.
And Tommy Manson, with all his power and all his weight, in firm control. No! And Matt Burns barely rolls out of the way. Tommy Manson eating a bunch of ring canvas, and the two of them are now down for the 10 count as Chris Walsh getting up to, I think, number 3 now. What do you think, Mike?
Well, Matt Burns is at a disadvantage because he's certainly closer to Stormfront's corner. I don't know if he can make his way back over to Tristan Slater quick enough.
And here we go now, Tommy Manson reaching out for the tag to his longtime tag team partner, the high flyer, Darren Storm.
And Darren Storm got huge clothesline from Tristan Slater, the fresh man in the ring. He hasn't stepped foot in there in a few minutes now, going to work on Darren Storm, throwing him off the ropes. Huge power slam, goes for the cover, 1, 2. Darren Storm kicks out, almost a 3 count. I don't know. We'll see if the energy and the drive of Tristan Slater, being the fresh man in the ring, can be used to an advantage here. And throwing those forearms to Darren Storm in the corner, reaching back, tosses him into the opposite corner. Here he goes. Huge forearm. But what's that? Tommy Manson's in the ring now.
Tommy's in the ring. Oh, and he misses him, and he hits his own tag team partner. Uh-oh. I think it's gonna be. It is a little bit nutty in the ring right now, Dan.
Mike, you certainly called it. This could definitely sway the ebb and flow of this match here. Matt Burns in the ring. I'm not too sure. I don't think he's a legal man. With a huge...
Oh, a super kick.
Right to the sternum of Tommy Manson. And the two continue fighting outside the ring, leaving Tristan Slater and Darren Storm inside in the corner. What's happening now? What's going to happen there, Biz?
Right now, you see that Tommy Manson is dispensing of that piece of garbage on the outside of the ring. And here comes Darren Storm.
Oh, and he misses. Oh, my goodness. Look at that clothesline in the middle of the ring, Biz.
That was unbelievable. Well, there you go. Tommy Manson, the big guy, breaks up the count which leaves Stormfront in the ring 2-on-1 against Tristan Slater. Uh-oh.
Here we go. Tommy Manson now hooking Tristan Slater up. This is going to be a massacre, because once you're in the grip of the Stormfront, you're in the Eye of the Storm!
Oh, for some strange reason, I think, John Biz, you're a little bit excited when you see Stormfront going for the Eye of the Storm. Is that correct?
I am, because that means a very quick 1, 2, 3, and the garbage gets taken out once again, and Stormfront proving that they are a force to be reckoned with here in the newly created Legend City Wrestling Tag Team Division.
I gotta say, I'm extremely impressed at the tag team efficiency of Tommy Manson and Darren Storm of Stormfront. A big, decisive victory from one of the top tag teams in this company. We're going to commercial break. We'll see everyone when we come back.
And welcome back after the break, folks, to LCW's Legends of Wrestling here on NTV. Coming to the ring for this contest, we've got the young, talented Max Power.
Well, from what we saw last week there, Mike, this Max Power seems to have some beef with the fan favorite Titus. Titus was basically in the middle of his match, I shouldn't even say the middle, on his way to beating Sexton Phoenix, and Max Power just ran down and interfered and started beating up on Titus.
I know, and I was as stumped as you are, Dan, but what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take everybody back to the footage from last week's episode.
You want to stick your nose into my business? I still got some fight in me. So how about you and I have ourselves a little match later on tonight?
I'm here to tell you that I'm going to break you, I'm going to pin you 1, 2, 3, and you're going to regret ever challenging Max Power.
And here we go, as you've seen from last week's footage, Max Power warned Titus that if he had the gall to show up, that Max Power was going to break him in half. And it looks like the hippie has foolishly shown up. I'm not sure who put out on front of the CLB free suit here, but it looks like Titus managed to find his way here.
Now, come on there, John Biz. That's stepping over the line just a tad bit there. But regardless, Titus actually has the edge early on. It seems that his boa, which was sitting in the corner, kind of freaked Mr. Max Power out there, Mike.
That's what I was thinking, and as I see the people in the crowd with their thunder sticks cheering on Titus, I gotta wonder what Max Power has in store.
Well, apparently here he goes, trying to throw Titus off the ropes. Titus throws him down with a tackle, steps over, hits the ropes again. Oh no! Knee right to the groin, which nails Max Power, and there he goes, up and over.
The top, he spills out to the floor.
What a start there for Titus. He is on a mission. He has something to prove, especially since Max Power, for absolutely no reason, interfered in this match, dragged him outside, tried to beat him up.
For no reason, Dan? For no reason? You're gonna sit there and you're gonna tell me and all the fans at home and all these fans here at the CLB that you and Commissioner Mike Barrington have not been holding this great talent down? He did this to get noticed. And now that you noticed him, he's going to destroy your golden boy, Titus.
How? I don't know where you get the idea that he's a golden boy. Just because he can tightrope onto the top rope and nail Max Power right in the back of the shoulder does not make him a golden boy.
Max Power came out and interfered in Titus's match last week because he is finally another person in this promotion that is sick and tired of you and Mr. Barrington playing favorites, Dan.
What do you mean favorites, Sir Biz? Give me an example of how we are playing favorites instead of just pointing out the obvious truth, which is that Titus and Mr. Fantastic are obvious fan favorites in LCW.
Fan favorites? Titus and Mr. Fantastic are both horrible role models for everybody at home. They're losers. They're hypocrites. And most of all, what I find most hypocritical about Titus is the fact that he's a hippie who's supposed to be non-violent, but will step in the ring and lay hands to a man that is as great as Max Power.
I cannot believe how you can call two wonderful role models that even take time, they go to schools, they talk to kids about anti-bullying, and for some strange reason, you have a hate-on for those two fan-favorite superstars of Legend City Wrestling. But listen, we will continue this debate and this match after this commercial break. Don't go anywhere, fans.
Wrestling fans, LCW is coming to a town near you. Tuesday, April 30th at the Palace in Corner Brook. Wednesday, May 1st at the Polar Center in St. Anthony. Friday, May 3rd at the Labrador City Arena. Saturday, May 4th at the E.J. Broomfield Arena in Happy Valley, Goose Bay. For more information, visit our website, LegendCityWrestling.com, or call us toll-free 1-855-LEGEND-4.
We are back from our commercial break with Max Power in firm control over Titus here at the CLB Armory in St. John's. Trying to cover Titus now for a 2 count. Titus kicks out. John Biz, what do you make of this? It almost seems like an illegal chokehold on the mat.
Well, you know something? You can call it what you like. What I see is a completely legal reverse chin lock here, and I'm sure if Matt Wheeler thought it was a chokehold, he'd call for the break.
Well, I don't know. It's quite hypocritical of you there, John Biz. 1 week saying how Matt Wheeler needs new glasses or a new set of eyes when he's obviously calling a match right down the middle, and then when he suddenly misses a chokehold or a closed fist, he's calling it fair and square.
An alleged chokehold or an alleged closed fist there, Dan. And this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say that you're playing favorites. You claim to see things that don't actually happen when certain wrestlers are in the ring. But you never see the closed fist from Titus. You never see Mr. Fantastic pulling somebody's hair when he's pulling somebody's hair. You never see him grabbing a hold of a wrestler's shoelaces and hauling him off of the top rope. But it happens, and you and Mr. Barrington, who's supposed to be responsible for maintaining order here, do nothing about it. And I am sick of it, and I'm glad that another wrestler in the back has actually decided to stand up against this hypocritical crap.
Oh, and here comes Titus, firmly with the crowd behind him as he tries to fend off Max Power and get back to his vertical base.
You are completely right there, Mr. Barrington. With the crowd cheering him on, he finally gets up to his feet and
no!
A DDT by Max Power, planting Titus back down on the canvas there, Biz.
And that actually shows that Max Power is actually a thinking man's wrestler. He's seen what was coming and cut the hippie off before he could build any momentum. And now Max Power, as quick as that, back in control, and it looks like on his way up to the second rope.
Well, I don't know. Taunting the crowd is actually taking his time. No, and there he goes. There's the result of spending a little too much time talking to the crowd. Titus rolling out of the way, getting to his feet with the crowd cheering him on, ducks the clothesline off the ropes, ducks a second time, underneath with a baseball slide, catching Max Power with 1-2, couple of shots to the face, reverses off the ropes, he ducks the clothesline, boom!
Oh my goodness!
And here he comes back with a clothesline. He's a house of fire here with Max Power in the corner. John Biz, Max Power's not looking so powerful anymore.
I can guarantee you this is just a slight hiccup in Max Power's game plan. The thinking man's wrestler definitely will be back on top momentarily.
I really appreciate the fact, Mike, that you interrupted John Biz, because honestly, I'm sick and tired of listening to him rant on and on and on. But here he is, reverses
here. He's putting hands on the official. Oh no!
He can't put his hands on the official. What's he doing? And then with a low blow on Titus.
What low blow? What low blow? You can't call and you can't force Matt Wheeler to call what he didn't see. This is called situational awareness, and what Max Power done is what was necessary in order to win this match.
Well, there he goes, puts his hands right back on the referee, and no, one too many times rolls him up. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, and there we go, John. You know, for weeks you've been calling us out being hypocrites, but for once, the blame is back on you.
How is the blame back on me? Because Titus walks out of here? Because Matt Wheeler develops a little attitude? Because somebody touched him? Max Power did what he had to do, and what's the end result? Matt Wheeler fast counts him blatantly, and neither one of you two guys are going to bother to turn around and reverse this decision, as should happen.
I'm telling you, that's a little bit of karma there, John Biz. Max Power going out of his way, putting his hands on Matt Wheeler, and Matt Wheeler not taking any more of Max Power's bullying. Back.
And we've seen this in the past from Matt Wheeler. He doesn't take any crap from the wrestlers.
No,
what's happening here?
No. Don't, you can't be touching the ref. Matt Wheeler only weighs 130 pounds. No, what's going on?
And how's that for putting hands on an official?
Oh my goodness!
And that's Max Power's patented ginger snap.
We are going to have to review our policy, Mr. Bjorkdahl, because I believe there's a fine involved with putting hands on the official, such as Max Power has done.
I'm telling you right now, Max Power is actually sick and tired of all the same bureaucracy and everything that goes on here, the favoritism that's shown wrestlers, the biased officiating by your officials.
Here, Titus running in and actually saving Matt Wheeler from what would be a short trip to the emergency room. John Biz, I don't understand how you can sit there and defend Max Power's actions over a helpless referee with the size of Matt Wheeler.
At the risk of losing my job, Dan and Mr. Barrington, I am defending Max Power simply because he is finally sick and tired of the favoritism and the biased officiating, and he has had it enough. It is the reason that he interfered in Titus's match, and it is the reason that he actually laid hands on this poor defenseless referee, which is only the bottom rung of your power structure and your corruption in this promotion.
I'm telling you right now there, John Biz, this is why Titus is one of the fan favorites here in Legend City Wrestling, coming and helping those that cannot necessarily defend and help themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to LCW Legends of Wrestling. We will see you next Saturday afternoon, 1:30 on NTV.